And we're back now with our panel. Joining me, former Assistant U.S. Attorney Daniel Goldman, the host of PBS's In Principle, Amy Holmes, and NBC News correspondents Stephanie Gosk and Gadi Schwartz. All right, so the headline this morning in the Washington Post is Charlie Rose's misconduct was widespread at CBS, and 3 managers were warned, investigation finds. Stephanie, they're alleging that an additional 27 women, 14 from CBS News, 13 who worked for Charlie elsewhere, have said that Charlie Rose harassed them.
I mean, obviously, these are alarming numbers, but the other part of this, as you mentioned in that headline, is that managers were alerted. And this has been a part of these stories from the beginning, whether it is CBS or here at NBC. Was their management informed? What did they do about it? Specifically, and most recently, the former executive producer of CBS This Morning, Chris Licht, who says that he was told by an employee that she had been kissed by, or tried to be kissed by Charlie Rose at a holiday party. She asked him not to tell management, and he did not. He says that he, in an email to the Washington Post, that he then confronted Charlie Rose, but did not give specifics on that. And then more recently, the current executive producer of CBS This Morning being told in the Washington Post that there were reports. Alarming numbers and alarming new details this morning.
You know, that's the thing, is that when you go to a manager and you say, this happened to me, even if you say, don't tell the brass, because a lot of women would do that. You know, they don't want to make a federal case out of it. They just want to make it stop. If you're a manager,
you don't want the reputation as a troublemaker.
But if you're a manager, you still have to do it, because CBS gave a statement saying that was consistent with our policy for him to just deal with it. Well, it's not consistent with the law. Once management, you tell me, Dan, once management knows, and that knowledge is imputed to the company. And so it puts the company in a bad position if the manager, you can't agree not to tell. And even if you do agree not to tell, it's the same as the CEO knowing that moment that the young woman comes and says, I've got to tell you something, right? And that's how these problems get started. The trail of tears, if you will, outlined in this article of what's happened to these young women's careers and how they got, perceived at the office and what they had to do to get along with Charlie, who is denying it. Again, he issued a statement saying your story is unfair and inaccurate. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, there's a woman that goes on the record in this article, Brooks Harris, who says at 24 she starts working for Charlie Rose, and 24 years old, so basically just out of college, she wants a career in the business. Charlie Rose starts showering her with attention, taking her out for meals. The staff of the show see it happening. In fact, notice it and think it isn't right. She just wants her career. And then suddenly she's in this position where people are saying, well, we know why she's getting that. We know why she got that job at PBS because Charlie likes her. And now this woman who just wants to make it and wants to be respected for on her merits is now in this context of, we know why she did it. A young man who comes in at 24 doesn't have to deal with that. And this is at the heart of the problem and why this is a question and an issue of inequality in the workplace.
CBS News has said, since we terminated Charlie, we've worked to strengthen existing systems to ensure a safe environment where everyone can do their best work. Some of the actions we've taken, they write, have been reported publicly, some have not. We offer employees discretion and fairness. We take swift action when we learn of unacceptable behavior. That said, we cannot corroborate or confirm many of the situations described, and we continue to look for ways to improve our workplace. And this period of reflection and action has been important to all of us. We're not done with this process. Gadi, can we lighten things up and talk about the Boy Scouts?
Yes.
Who are now just the Scouts?
The Scouts BSA. And that's where things get a little bit confusing because they're rebranding themselves as Scouts BSA, but BSA still stands for Boy Scouts of America. We've seen their numbers dropping over the last few years. They're saying that this is not a marketing ploy. They're saying that this is because they want to be more inclusive.
And
but
this is that they're bringing girls.
They are starting to
into
bring
Boy Scouts.
girls into the fold. 3,000 girls have signed up to become Boy Scout, BSA, to become Scouts.
Scouts.
But there are already girls in scouting, and they're called Girl Scouts, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
And the Girl Scouts don't seem too pleased
not at all.
about the
Not at
Boy
all.
Scouts now saying, hey, girls, why don't you come over here
Because
to
who's gonna
Scouts
sell the
BSA?
cookies?
Exactly.
Well, because the Girl Scouts think the Boy Scouts have been flailing. And the Girl Scouts are like, we're doing fine, and we've been servicing girls for, how many years?
So the Boy Scouts were established in 1912, or 1910. Girl Scouts, 1912. Both have been around for over 100 years. And this discussion we should have over some Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, very nice. Yes, thank you. Oh.
Yes. We've got all
Excellent.
kinds of Girl Scout cookies. Shortbread, where are the Samoas?
Oh, the Samoas are the best.
Why don't they just combine? Why don't they just come together and become just the Scouts, and let's just all get along and have it
Have you
work
been
out?
around little boys?
The Girl Scouts don't want that. And a lot of people think it's a PC move to like drop boy and like that the girls had to become a part of the boys. That's not this case. What happened here is the Boy Scouts wanted more members.
Exactly.
And started to say, hey, girls, do you like the title Eagle Scout? You can have it right here. And the Girl Scouts of America were like, hey, stay in your lane.
Exactly.
Anyway, it's happening.
And that's the
not letting
problem.
you do it, but-
Girl Scouts have cookies, Boy Scouts
would you like
have
a
the
shortbread
Eagle
cookie?
Scout. Girl Scouts that we talked to you about this said, look, getting a gold award is just as hard as becoming an Eagle Scout. In fact, yesterday when we were buying these cookies, they were talking to us about stories where, an Eagle project would culminate in Boy Scouts building a bench in a
like
park,
these Thin Mints.
and the park was built by Girl Scouts on their gold award.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's caused a lot of
Are
frustration.
there
I
going
don't
to still
see
be
them.
brownies?
Yes.
Yes?
Brownies.
Make
Okay.
new friends.
But they're a part of the Girl Scouts.
The old
I was
one
around it,
is
and I always
silver
wanted to
and
be a
the
Cub Scout.
other
Right.
gold. All right, gotta go. Okay, fascinating. Thank you all. We'll be right back.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.